Hey, it's under display.
The display is gone.
Ah.
Right here.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Water. Look it. Already gave you service.
Oh, through here.
Oh.
Right there. Through here.
Please.
Oh, watch it. Don't. Oh, dude, what if I dropped it on my computer? I don't have. What does it smell like?
Don't
What
worry
is
about it, bro? Drink up. Maybe it's arsenic. Drink up. Have I ever steered you wrong?
Oh, that's pretty good, dude.
Oh yeah, you like it, huh?
Yeah. Hey, how old you think you're gonna be when you get gout?
What the fuck? Are you Dr. Oz all of a sudden? Who are you?
You eat a lot of red meat.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to start the episode without complaining about JR, and he comes in here with, when are you going to get gout? Have you ever heard a podcast where they start off with, hey, man, you're a prime candidate for gout. This isn't the Gouty Locks podcast. It's Salty Locks. And thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 42, I believe. We're recording. It's almost 4th of July. This should come out by next week after 4th of July. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. I got it at H&M. We're about one wash away from you guys being able to see my nipples. These things don't last long, but you know, they're for like a festive shirt, you know, for like a holiday or some shit. H&M all day, baby boy. Some of the shit is good quality, and then others, not so much. JR lied again. Dude, somebody commented, that's so great. They go, hey, JR seems like a good guy, but he's just lying to your face all the time. God damn it, bro. I love it. I said, you know what? You're not wrong.
It's not true, dude. Tell people H&M buys fabric in bulk.
I agree with that, but they don't have one. So JR was saying that H&M just randomly buys from fucking random people all the time. I don't know if that's true. I think they have multiple suppliers and they just take whatever they can get for the cheapest. That makes sense for what they're doing. But you said that they never have the same fabric because they go and they buy from the other places all the time. And I said, motherfucker, I have 50 black hoodies that I bought over like a 10-year span. I'd always get one black hoodie from H&M. I always had that. And it was always kind of similar fabric. Now, they have different fits because, you know, the guy at the sewing machine might got tired. And he just went to lunch early, so one of your sleeves is shorter than the other. I've talked about this before. But other than that, I think they kind of, you know, have some distributors or whatever.
Well, I mean, okay, you're not totally wrong on that. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying, they don't like, say Banana Republic or the Gap. They have specific like dealings with the manufacturers that have the same fabric. You know what I mean? Quality, because it's constant.
Now you're just
quality.
saying buzzwords, dude. You know what JR does when he's trying to really sell you on a lie? He'll come up with buzzwords. He'll be like fabrics and accoutrements. He'll like come up with words I never even knew he knew. We need to cancel JR first and foremost. And that's going to happen eventually, you know, if enough people see this. I think the 3 same people comment on all the videos. And I love you guys. The loyal listeners, we just need to multiply those.
I was going to send you a book called The 1,000 True Fans.
What is it about?
Like, you know, how to cultivate your 1,000 true fans. Just like I thought you would like benefit from that.
I think I'll have 1,000 fans. God damn it, guys. Fuck, Chuck. Oh, what? Yeah. Do you like this lighting better or the lighting from the last episode, man? I'll tell you right now. I thought I was getting the right lighting for the podcast, but, dude, I ended up getting these LED lights that look like we were getting, like, shooting the episodes in front of a headlights. Right now, the whole studio is, like, lit up so nice and bright. Look at JR's lighting is perfect. I think this lighting is pretty good, too, aside from, you know, my skin tone. But that naturally dark eye circles that get washed out by a little bit of diffused light. So that's what's going on in this episode here. And it's our buddy Human's birthday today. So we're just waiting. We're trying to get a podcast out real quick before he comes over, and we're going to take him out to lunch. And you guys remember Humangelis from the previous episode, Mr. False Facts himself. We're going to Rafi's, by the way. It's a Persian place. I've talked about this on the podcast before, too. Rafi's one of the best Persian restaurants in L.A., and always a crazy line. Sarah and I think we cracked the code. Don't ever go to a restaurant that doesn't take reservations on the hour. Like, oh, let's meet at 2. Yeah. Don't ever do that because everyone's doing that. This is my theory. I could be wrong. And I am okay saying that. Now, JR is wrong all the fucking time, but he can't say, hey, man, I could be wrong. He'll look you dead in the eye and say, no, really? And that's scary. So I could be wrong, but I'm saying don't ever go, if you're going to a restaurant, don't ever go at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Go like 1:45, 2:15. I'd say 1:45 more than 2:15 because then that's still the 2 o'clock people showing up a little late. But 1:45 is always a good one. Yeah. Or like for dinner, go at like 6:45, not 6 or 7. Who knows? What do you eat? How long do you eat? Comment in the section. 45 minutes do you eat? I could get in and out in 20 minutes. Food's fast. But, some people like to sit down and enjoy it. This place is a place you go and hang out for like 2 hours.
It's good, dude. You introduced me to it. It was pretty good.
I mean, I've introduced you to everything you know.
I fucking knew you.
Guys, sometimes it's nice to have a friend that introduces you to other cultures. Can I tell you guys, we're on the verge of 4th of July. 4th of July is tomorrow, actually, the way we're recording this podcast. But the funny thing in Hollywood is these motherfuckers are getting their fireworks. Like, the fireworks stands go up, and they just, dude, these things are going off left and right. Like, from 2 weeks before. It starts, like, now in June, like June 1st. Motherfuckers are blowing up fireworks. And you can just hear it. I'm in Hollywood here, so. And usually the game is, like, throughout the rest of the year, the game is fireworks or gunshots. Right? And I've gotten really good at telling which is which. And I'll explain to you guys. What is it?
For your 5 listeners at the end, so they can see how you went back and fixed it.
Well, I'm uncomfortable because of my hair.
Dude, it looks good, actually.
Does it?
Yeah, it looks really good. I didn't want to comment on it because I thought you would have thought that I was going to talk shit, but it actually looks good.
No.
I was looking at it through the lens. I was
Watch
like,
this.
I'm because I cut hair, so I'm not talking shit. It has a nice flowiness to it right now, and it looks very healthy. Looks very healthy.
Guys, right now comment, JR lying or being genuine? You can never tell. I told him I felt a little weird because my hair, it's like I can't quite get it down. Dude, I can't figure out a product that fucking works for the way I want it to do what I want it to do. Now, a bald guy might be watching this, or JR might be sitting right there going, hey, this fucking cocksucker. Talking about his hair so much. We don't have hair. And then, like, those guys explode. Last night we did a show at the Ha-Ha, and we were all sitting in the green room. It's funny. I was wearing this exact shirt last night. And I could tell. I mean, you're in a comedy club, so everyone's not saying shit. They're not saying shit, but they're cataloging a joke maybe. Like, oh, this looks like that. But they're not going to say it to my face just yet, especially some of the comics around the Ha-Ha. And so I see Francisco Ramos, been my friend for years. I've known Francisco since I started. We kind of started at the same time. And he comes in, and I'm already sitting in the green room when I got off stage. And I've already made fun of the shirt, mind you, on stage myself. Francisco goes, hey, what are you, in Boca Raton? Oh, he said, what is he? Yeah, he said, what is it? Oh, he said, what are you, in Boca Raton? And it was funny. He said, like, it looks like, I'm in fucking Boca Raton, like in Florida or some shit on vacation with this shirt. And I thought it was funny. Everybody laughed. And the funny part was, he comes in and I go, Frank, what do you got? And immediately when I see him, we talk shit to each other. We roast each other. So I see him and he's dressed like a fucking 18-year-old, So I go, what are you, undercover cop at a high school? And he overrides me with, what are you, in Boca Raton? And he overrides me. And then so now everyone in the green room starts laughing because they'd already been thinking, oh, the shirt's fucking weird.
They just didn't want to say nothing.
They didn't want to say anything, but now all of these little fucking guys in the green room have a little joke logged up. JR knows better than to say shit. He's just going, ha, ha, because he's got a job to lose. Another guy in the green room chimes in, and he goes, what do you look like you're selling ice cream or something. You're selling ice cream scoops at a something. Yeah.
It didn't hit as hard, but it was still funny.
But it was on the roll of everybody going, the shirt. Yeah. Without saying it, they were like, oh, the shirt's funny. And I looked at him, I said, what? I said, you're getting involved. I go, why are you getting involved? I go, and everyone's got the jokes that they had locked up. Now they're just rapid fire. Hey, hold your fire. And I go, at least Frank. Francisco, he's my friend. At least he's my friend. Like, I get it from him. And it got weird because he goes, he looked at me and goes, wait, we're not friends? And it got weird. And I said, no, what do you mean? No, we started together. But he goes, no, we're friends. And I was like, oh, man. And I swear to God, if I was like a comic like Patrice O'Neal or those guys back in the day, New York guys, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I would have shit talked to him and really like made him probably feel worse. But I didn't. I said, man, come on, bro. Yeah, like, you weren't around when I started. And he was,
Yeah.
I didn't want him to feel bad because we are friends. But, like there's shit talking. There's like levels to etiquette in a comedy club, who you can shit talk to. I can't walk up to Bill Burr and talk shit to him. Anyways, Frank does his stupid fucking joke, which hit in the green room.
Yeah.
The funny part about Frank is then he did it 3 more times, because he saw it got a little bit of laugh. So he kept doing it. Like then we were out in front of another 2 comics and he goes, yeah, look at Amir shirt. What is he, in Boca Raton? And then I'm sitting and I'm talking to Terry, the owner of the Haha. I love her like family, that I've known them for years. And the Haha Comedy Club is the comedy club I started at. So anyway, we're sitting with Terry and we're talking. Jared and I are talking to Terry. And then Francisco comes up and goes, hey, Terry. And he starts in with this joke. He's fucking taking this joke on the road now, like he's taking it on tour. So he comes out and he's doing his 3rd set of the night with this fucking joke. And he goes, hey, Amir, look like he's... But now the setup, it's gotten too good to him. So he set the joke. The setup was too long. He goes, hey, looks like he's selling timeshare in Boca Raton. But the whole selling the timeshare, and Terry goes, hey, Francisco, like while he's talking. So it killed his joke, but he still had to go, Boca Raton. And he said Boca Raton, and it just didn't hit. And when it didn't hit, we would go, ah! And I just laugh right in his face. There's nothing funnier to a comic, and that's why I think sometimes when I hang out with regular people, I could be an asshole. Because, dude, when comics like fuck up a joke, another comic can't wait to go, you fucked that up. At least with my friends, we're kind of like that,
Yeah.
Like, we'll call each other out, and it's fun for us. But to like a regular person, if you do that doesn't do stand-up and isn't in green rooms like that, they kind of go like, hey, man, you fucking dick. I fucked that up, But like it happened to Frank last night. Oh, my God. So Francisco, I call Francisco Ramos Frank anyway. And he's on stage at the Haha, and he's doing this joke. And he's having a good set, but then he does a joke that goes on and goes on, and then he does the tag. A tag to a joke is like the end of the joke, right? Like that's like, not the end, I'm sorry. A tag would be like if
You're adding to the punchline.
You're adding to the punchline. So the punchline has already happened, but then you do a couple more tags, they call them, to like make it, like a little, you get a couple more laughs out of those little tags, They're like little tiny punchlines after the fact. And Francisco does a joke that hits, and then he goes to do a tag. He goes, and that's why she wasn't there in the picture. But he never set up the picture thing with his girlfriend. So like the tag he didn't set up. So he called back something that he never even brought up. So he goes, and I should have told you that. That's why. And everybody goes going, what the fuck? And I'm in the back going, ah! Ah!
And he knew it.
And he knew it. He goes, and except for one comedian. It was great. Oh man, I live for those moments. Comedians, we live for those moments, dude. In the back of the room.
Can I tell you? That's how I know Francisco's your friend, because the exact same thing that he does is you do. You fucking take a joke to the ground. You son of a bitch. I've seen you use like jokes on me. You call people just to use the joke.
Yeah, it's part of the fun. It's part of the fun. We'll be on the road and I come up with a good one. I go, oh, this is too good not to tell a couple people. Do you know what I mean? It's fun. This is part of what fucking living is. It's telling jokes, creating jokes. So when I stumble upon a joke that's great, I'll give you guys a little insight. The 4th of July joke about this thing, I didn't even do it yet. I did Frank. I did Frank. So here's a joke I did last night that I think is good. Okay, for 4th of July. I was about to do it and I didn't do it. That's what I'm saying. So now I just did a Frank move. So Frank, if you're watching this, first of all, you're a piece of shit. Second of all, I just did what you did last night where I forgot, I was about to lead into a joke that I never set up. And the joke is, I was going to say, I'll do a joke again and a comedian will come up with a joke. Now everything, it's great if you're fresh off the mind every single time. That's fucking fantastic. But every now and then you're like, oh shit, that was a good one. I got to use that again. If I'm riffing on stage or like making up, like riffing is when we're like improvising on stage, just loosely talking and coming up with stuff, and shit's funny. But if I catch something that I go, oh my God, that's really good, I might store that in the bank, and then I have it. And if anything comes up later on, maybe I'll pull that out again. And that's kind of part of the magic of comedy. Sometimes people go, oh, wow, this guy's so good. But it's just years and years and years of just, doing the shit and getting good in the moment and being in the moment and then going, oh shit, I got this to pull from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm partially doing this because there was a guy last night, a really young comic that looks up to me. I'd say really looks up to me. And he he tries to be like me. I see it. I see it when I'm watching him. I go, oh, this guy's trying to do me. And I say, oh, okay. And this young comic, you guys might know him. He sits over here, right to my left over here on camera C. He's actually on right now. If you can see him, he's that guy right there. He said to me last night, he goes, Amir, we're eating dinner at fucking In-N-Out after the show. And he goes, Amir, hey, people that have been watching the podcast, they're telling me they want you to talk more about the comedy and the comedy and the process of comedy and doing comedy. So I started just doing what I just did because this little young comic told me, and I was like, JR, if you want to know about comedy and how it goes and what the process is, just ask me. Just ask me, man. You don't need to fucking come and say people have been talking. He said people have been talking.
It's such a...
Bro, he goes, people have been talking in my comments saying you should talk more. I said, you want to know how comedy works? And I'll tell you, dude. Hit some open mics. What was I fucking talking about anyway?
About your fucking joke. You did Busted a Frank.
Oh, yeah. So I did Busted a Frank because I didn't set up this joke. And the joke was, and this is a joke about 4th of July that I was trying to work out last night. And I'll put it up if we got a good version of it.
I mean, we have a version of it.
Okay, I might do it tonight too, just to see what's up. But this is how the process of a joke works. When a comedian has a joke, we iron it out. You have the bones of it, and sometimes the first time you tell it is the best time you tell it.
Yeah,
and that you can't control because then you're always trying to chase that one moment that you created when it was just organically so fucking good. So the joke is about fireworks, and I play the game, gunshots are fireworks all the time in Hollywood. Because I hear the shits all the time. And I think I've kind of got it down. Fireworks is an explosion, but usually before the explosion, you hear and then after the explosion, you hear like a little crackling of some sort. That's how you know it's a firework. And then a gunshot sounds like, bop, 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 bop. Die, motherfucker! Like that.
It's good. It's a good joke.
That's the joke, right? I've only heard one time a firework has exploded, and then I heard, "Ah, motherfucker!" right after, and that was because the firework crate scared the crazy guy. That was in the little camp there, and he said it, so it's not foolproof, but you can try to play the game. Anyway, that's the joke, right? Mm-hmm. And then, okay, so the punchline was, "Die, motherfucker!" Blah 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 blah. In this scenario. And then the tag was going back and saying, oh, one time it was now not a good tag. And I messed it up a little bit because I stumbled on my words. And if you stumble on a word in comedy, game over. As soon as you go, but it's over. The timing's off. Everything's done. So just move on.
It's like a dude starting a race that falls. He's never going to
finish. Yeah, that little skip step. You're done. You're done.
You're done.
You cannot catch when it's in your head and you're like, why did I say that? It's also like I heard this, or not statistic, but I've heard this on about news broadcasters. If you ever watch them, and this is very true, they'll stumble on a word. They'll be like, and tonight the cops went to, they'll do something like that because they always do Freudian slips. And she was a big slut, slay star, like that. I love those. Anyway, if you watch the news reporters, when they mess up once, they'll mess up again very shortly after because they're thinking about the last fuck up. So that happens all the time. So I remember that. And in stand-up, it could happen too. Because right when you do that little mess up, the next timing of your next joke may be fucked too because you're thinking about the word you slipped up. But I'm talking about the process for my young comedian friend here. The process of that joke to get ironed out is you might tell it. Like I went and told that joke 3 times last night. And so Francisco was essentially trying to do the same thing with his little bullshit Boca Raton joke. on a smaller scale. And comics, we do that. And I would do that when I was a kid. Like when people ask me, how long have I been doing comedy? I've been doing comedy since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like at parties in high school and junior high school. Like if I found a joke that was good, I'd go tell one group at lunch. I'd go tell one group, and then I'd go over there and be like, "Oh, dude, you know this," and I'd tell the story again, and maybe come up with a couple little punchline or little tags or whatever that I added from that story to that story, and then I'd go to another group and tell it to those guys, and I would do the same thing at a party that night. I'd go out and do this. So it was like doing sets.
Yeah.
You know, so and guys that are funny or the funny one in the groups, they know what I'm talking about. Like, oh shit, okay, I do the same thing. And a lot of comics, you know, you can ask them, they probably were that guy in their friend group. And every time I do shows, like every weekend I do shows, I meet guys that are like, I want to do comedy. And you could tell they're the funny guy in their friend group, but they don't know how. And some of the funniest guys in the world haven't started comedy.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about it, just got to get up.
Damn, dude, I like this.
Yeah, I know you do.
You gave me a little
This
motivation.
episode is strictly for JR, dude. I swear to God, you guys can't see, but when I'm talking and now he's laughing, and whenever I turn the camera on, he puts his pencil down. But this motherfucker's been taking notes this whole time. Guys, I was telling you, we were at In-N-Out last night, right? And JR, if you want to be annoyed by somebody, take JR to In-N-Out. I've told you guys this. If you're a listener to the podcast, you know JR is a fucking huge In-N-Out fanatic. Wanted to be a manager there for years. It still does. Still, like, comedy, like I said, is his backup because they didn't take him. And I saw it last night, dude. There was a fact that he gave me. He said, hey, you know the Red Aprons are the leader? Like, the Red Apron's the head manager of the whole store. Like, you know, they all wear white aprons, I guess. And then
No, they wear no aprons.
They wear no aprons, whatever. They're regular guys. But then the one guy that's the boss wears a red apron. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then he brings it up again because I look at his eyes and he's getting, like, nervous. I'm like, we're getting closer to the line to order. And he's like, I'm like, what's going on? He goes, there he is. And I said, what? He goes, that's the leader. I said, what are you doing, dude? Like, why? And he couldn't even, like, it was like if I saw, like, a huge, you know, celebrity or something that, like I can't even think of somebody. It's a fucking In-N-Out manager. and we're pulling up and he can't even make eye contact. He's going, hey. And the guy, for some reason, has stepped in to take our order. Yeah. And JR's looking at him and he's going, prices went up. Because the prices, we were just talking, they went up. And he goes, yeah. He's like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, dude, they're like way up now. In-N-Out prices are way up because of inflation. And that's when you could tell. Because remember, In-N-Out was like the cheapest. And it's still cheap.
Still the cheapest.
Relatively, it's still cheap. It's like $7 something for a hamburger, right? Like $9 something for a combo now. Mm-hmm. And it used to be what, $3.25?
I mean, when I remember it was $3.25. You guys were talking shit, but
no. So GR goes, I remember when it was $3.25. Like he's some fucking, like, you know, from the 20s. He goes, I remember when it was $3.25, and I'll tell you why. And we're like just looking at the menu. He goes, I'll tell you why it's $3.25, because I remember I could get 2 meals. I can get 2 meals, 2 medium fries, and 2 drinks, and 2 tickets to a movie theater, and still have enough money for 2 tickets to the movie theater
for $25.
For $25. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I swear. And he started going into this rant. He was like, and I had a really hot pair of roller skates back then. And I'd pick up the girl and we'd go to the movies. I was like, what year are you from, dude? My God, you were talking so much bullshit. Anyway, we get to the front of the line. JR's super nervous to see the guy, his idol. He goes, price has gone up. And the guy's like, yeah, you know, everything's going up. And JR goes, I know you guys make most of your money from the shakes. I was like, because now JR's trying to impress upon this guy his knowledge of In-N-Out, as if the guy's gonna go, hey man, hey. He goes, you guys make most of your money on the shakes, and people don't know that. But he's not really looking at the guy, and the guy's like, what the fuck is this guy, like autistic or something? What's going on? And JR is thinking, I'm looking at him, and he's acting like the guy's gonna go, hey man, you seem like you know what you're doing and what you're talking about. Why don't you come aboard? We got an extra paper hat. Why don't you come on? You got a couple hours to kill. Why don't you come on this side of town? That's how you were acting.
Yeah. No, I was I was just saying because that guy, when he's out on the floor, that means they're busy. That means they're making money.
Right. So this guy was out on the floor.
Yeah.
And JR had never seen such a thing.
No,
or
I
something.
see it. Occasionally, I see it, and I'm like, "Ooh, they're busy. They're making money."
Yeah, dude.
And hey, first of all, I wasn't like a little schoolgirl like that. I wasn't like a little schoolgirl, but I respect them because I know what they got to go through to be on top.
I know, dude. And this guy, like everything I'd be like, oh, they don't have napkins out because of COVID. They don't put the napkins out anymore. And I was like, oh, that's kind of annoying. And he goes, no, but it annoys them because think about it. We got to ask them for the thing. And I go, all right, dude, this guy's thought about every scenario. I swear to God, when he goes home, this guy at his house is a full-size In-N-Out setup. And I swear to God, at night, he pretends to make fries. This is fun. He pretends to make fries.
I think if I ask my aunt, she has pictures because they threw me an In-N-Out birthday party. So they dressed up like In-N-Out and they made me hamburgers.
Please send me that.
If we have the pictures, I'll send it to you.
Please send me that.
I'll never work there, though. I can't. I can never work there.
You have a felony or something?
No, you have to be clean shaven.
That's the only reason?
Yeah.
Wow. I learned another thing while we were in In-N-Out, that if you manipulate your order in any way, more than two things, I feel like, I like to get, it's In-N-Out. I'm Californian. I know the secret menu.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff that they don't tell you that they have. Animal style, chopped chilies is a big one. Grilled onions. You got to go grilled onions. I mean, nobody, you an animal. You can do regular onions. It smells like shit the rest of the night. You got to get grilled onions. So I always do grilled onions, chopped chilies, and I've recently been asking for extra lettuce. I think the extra lettuce fucks them on the line. It fucks them on the line. This is my theory. Now, I could be wrong. The extra lettuce, I think, jams them up enough to where they salt the shit out of your fucking meat. Do you know? Because there's a guy that salts the meat or whatever. Right, JR? Correct me if I'm right. Is there a guy that seasons the meat, right?
Yeah.
When they put the patties down? Now, I don't know what happened last night where I think the guy was fed up. He goes, oh, extra lettuce, fuck you, my guy, and just went to town on my meat patty. Every bite, I could hear the crunch of the granules of salt. That's how salty it was. Like, the guy fucked with me so much. It was either that, I was trying to think of two scenarios, because I'm sick.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, either the guy was like, oh, man, chopped chilies, grilled onions, and extra lettuce, and he was pissed, and he started, hey, and he goes, hey, Glenn, hit him with the salt, And Glenn's over there, and he's got the big old jar of salt, and he's just dusted my shit up. Or they were talking, like he was on my meat, like the guy was seasoning my meat, and he was talking, and he goes, yeah, man, I'll be over there tomorrow. I'll probably check it out tomorrow. And when you're talking and you're doing something, then you look down and you go, oh, shit. I overdid it,
And the boss is right there.
And the boss right there, so you can't throw anything out. So he just kind of was talking. Maybe he was like, "Yeah, I'll be over tomorrow night," but he kept hitting up the burger. That's why I think either that. I'd like to think that one, but the other one, because at the end of the food, I wanted to go over there and go, "I know what you did to my burger." And Jared told me not to do that. That would be too much. But I just want to put it in the air because you could tell by the guy's reaction. You know what I'm saying? If I went, "Hey man, I know what you did to my burger." And if he went, wait, what? Then I'd be like, you fucking guilty. But if he would have been like, what are you talking about, man? I'd be like, all right, it's all good. I got issues.
Yeah. I don't know. I was too enamored with the boss man to see when you ordered. So I don't know how that guy took it. But I'm going to tell you right now, most likely they just fucked up and added more salt because you always have the thing in your mind that people are out to get you.
Oh, that's how my dad raised me. Everyone's fucking you, man. Everyone's out to get you, man. And Sarah tells me that all the time. I always have that mentality of getting screwed or what's the catch? My brother's that same way, I'll get him a present and he'll be like, this is something this was yours and you didn't want it. Like he doesn't fuck it. It's like, what?
It's a third world mentality. You would survive in a post-apocalyptic world. You know what I mean? Because you don't trust anybody. You wouldn't let anybody in your house.
I try not to let you in. I don't know if you think I'd survive in a post-apocalyptic world because of that? I mean, I'm not a hoarder.
No. But what I'm saying is you've seen any one of those movies where there's a fucking little girl and his dad, and they're fucking starving, and then a family goes, no, you guys could hang out and I thing, and they're the ones that bring in the killers and shit like
Oh
that.
yeah, then the dad
You would
kills
be like,
the family.
nah, nah,
oh
nah,
hell
nah.
no, yeah,
You'd be get the fuck
No,
out
I'd
of
be
here.
like just close friends. Even you, I'd be like, hey, I don't know you that well. We made it to 42 episodes of a podcast, but I don't know you that well. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, JR, no, dude. And then he'd show up with like fucking In and Out. I'd be like, all right, come on in, bro. He's like, I know the key. I got the key. I got the key to their freezer. They don't have freezers. That was a trick question.
If anybody knows the owner of the In and Out, the lady, comment below because I want to hook up with her. She's the sole heir of the In and Out empire.
So the sole heir of the In and Out empire is like some 22-year-old girl, I guess.
28, 29.
And JR goes, I don't know if I should say this because it might ruin your chances. He goes, she's not the prettiest girl, but you know, I've manifested it. I've manifested it. Like I want to get together with this girl, and then I'll be, you know, and that way I'll be in the In and Out family. I can't work there because of my beard, but I could co-own the shit. And he said, I said, what? I said, well, how are you gonna do it? You know, what are you gonna go? I said, send her a DM or message her. Why don't you message her? And he goes, no, I've already figured it out. She's got to come to a show. I said, you let this lady see you at a show, she'll ban you from all the In and Outs. Serious to God. Like, if they saw you at a show, that's the last thing you want this nice young lady to do. Man, if anybody knows who this lady is, I want to look her up.
Yeah.
What about when we went to leave? When we went to leave, I was trying to make a joke with the pizza thing.
Oh yeah.
When I was trying to leave, and I go, is my pizza ready? To the guy, and then he goes, pizza, and I go, oh shit, and I look around and I go, what year is it? Nobody laughed.
But I told you, dude, when people are busy, they don't appreciate jokes like that.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
and then you're having fun on the other side of the counter.
and they're mad. Yeah, it just depends. You got to catch them when it's not busy. I've noticed that if I don't have my hat on, I can't make jokes at the counter.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Somebody commented that I thought was hilarious.
What?
They said, and shout out to you, whoever commented this. I just don't remember the name, but it was so funny. And please comment more on how JR, his outfit is. They said JR always looks like he left a stock photo shoot. JR's basically this dude.
So stupid.
No, it's fucking hilarious.
No, it's funny. I said,
But yeah, you can't talk shit. And also you can't, JR thinks he's not funny without the hat because he looks too aggressive.
but it's in my mind.
Yeah, I know. I used to have that too because
It's in my mind.
I used to have that too. And it happened last night when I'm dressed a certain way. We talked about this too.
But you were looking nice. Not gonna lie.
That's a problem though. When you go to like a club and depending on what the crowd is like, if you look too dressed up or some shit, and this is all can be alleviated if you're a good comedian.
Yeah.
But
if you're in your head about it, you're already fucked.
Initially when you get up there for the first 5 minutes, they're judging the fuck out of you. They're going, oh, this guy, look at it. And then they want to not like you if you're dressed up really nice or like look fancy where you look like you think you're better than them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was happening last night at the Ha. I had some like nice pants on and then this shirt with like an asshole and a necklace, you know, like
Your little
and a
your
watch that looks nice and like yeah. So they were like, "Fuck this guy." So it took a little bit of time to get him to come along, you know. But if you have that at all in your head, if you want to talk about comedy and what it can do to a performer while they're on stage, like right now, what I just did with my hair, I'm uncomfortable with because I don't have a hat on. So I went I had to do that. And I noticed when I take my hat off when I'm on stage, I'll do that all the time. I'm brushing through my hair because I'm self-conscious about it. JR thinks with his hat off, he looks like an asshole. So then that's always in his head. You know, when it's in your head, they smell it, they could see it, they feel it. And I used to have the same feeling when I had my beard would get too long because I thought I'd look like really mean and Middle Eastern-y type of guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, I can't. So for a time, like this is like 1 or 2 years in, I was like, oh, I can't have a long beard. You know, when I go up, I gotta. Yeah, and Sarah's like that too. She thinks she can't go on stage looking too nice or like too pretty or something.
But that's actually true for women though.
It is, but it's like if you're great.
Yeah. If you're great, you're all supersede
that
everything.
shit. No, and it's like in the process of becoming good or great, you have to kind of like follow a little bit of the rules, you know, with that. You know what I mean? You can't just go like I've never seen people bomb harder than when they're like on a bringer show or something and they get all dressed up. They go like buy a fancy outfit and they're not good enough to like swag out in that outfit and like look comfortable in that outfit. So they're on stage fucking faking it like with a cool jacket on, and it just does, and the audience could smell right through. They go, look at this fucking guy. So you can't like dress super fancy if you're not used to it. Also, it happens to guys when they're doing TV tapings. It's happened to me before, where you dress up for the TV taping and it's not what you're used to wearing on stage, and you're uncomfortable, and it comes across on things. And I know I've had TV sets like that.
Yeah, like you're not in your bag.
Yeah, you're not in your bag. You're not in your like confidence, and confidence is key when you're doing stand up. You know, when in the perception that you know what the fuck you're doing, because when you're good at it and you're like doing it right, then they can be at ease and go, oh, okay, this guy's got this. And it takes a while for them to get to that level.
Yeah.
You know, is this good for you, bro? I'm not gonna put this. I'm not gonna put this podcast out. I'm literally gonna cut this up, and I'm gonna send it to you and say, "Hey, dude, here's your comedy course. This is your master class." Fuck it. I'm J.R. Boones, and this is my master class. I love it, dude. So this is more for my buddy JR. Every now and then when you do stand up, as JR will one day find out when he actually does stand up. And not just go up there and meander on the microphone. Every now and then you get the pleasure of performing for somebody you look up to. Sometimes people will come into the comedy clubs, celebrities, whatever, athletes, whoever it is, and you get to perform for them, and it's kind of cool. And I always like to make them part of the show if I can. And recently, Mike Tyson came in, and you guys know I love Mike Tyson, man. I grew up watching his fights and stuff. And the other night, a little while back, he was at the Improv, and I showed up, and I was like closing the show out, maybe one of the last comics on like an eight comic show, and everyone's like, Mike Tyson's here, sitting right there in the corner, I'm like, has anyone talked to him, like from the stage? And they're like, no, nobody's sitting.
Oh, they're nervous.
Fuck yeah, they're all scared to talk to him, and I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't wait to go on. And it's a packed house. I go up. I'd start doing my set, and then halfway through, or like maybe a third of the way through, I go, guys, I just want to say, you know, one of my childhood heroes is here. One of the guys I really look up to, Mike Tyson, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mike Tyson's here. And the crowd almost didn't believe me. You know, they're like, what? They thought I was making a joke about somebody. I'm like, no, it's actually Mike Tyson, dude. I'm like, hey, Mike, it's, you know, I got to tell him, I was like, dude, it's just been an honor watching you. The guy you've become. I said all this shit, you know, and I think Human was there actually.
He recorded a little bit.
And I might have the set, so I maybe put a snippet of it. But it was just really cool that he was there, and I got to tell him that, you know, from the stage where he's sitting there. And I did my Bruce Lee joke for him, which was cool. I go, Mike, did you like Bruce Lee? You know, my first idol was Bruce Lee. And he goes, mine too. You know, he's like I loved him very much myself. Because now we're talking. It was so cool. We went on, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, I've listened to all your audiobooks, or, you know, I know everything about Customato and you and your journey and all that. And then I asked him, I go, Mike, this is on the stage, and I go, Mike, the audiobook, dude, why didn't you read it? I said, you should have read the audiobook, dude. It's like, it would have been so much more interesting if you would have read it. Yeah. And he goes, I wanted to, but it was too much reading. I thought it was so funny. I go, Mike, it's a fucking audiobook. Of course it's reading. It was so funny.
You took a picture of one too.
Yeah, and I almost didn't because I didn't want to jam him up. But I was like,
should. That's
but
good.
no, so Human was with me. This is great that you guys know Human. So Human's he was in the back, and I'm so glad he was there to record, you know, that little moment and stuff. And he kept going like back and forth from Mike to me on stage. And I get off stage, and as I'm getting off, Mike is getting up to leave too because he wants to leave before the whole crowd gets out because he's gonna get swarmed, you know. So I'm coming off. I kind of give him like a handshake, and then he puts his arm around me and goes, "You were phenomenal up there," you know. And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" I'm like, "Oh my god." And it's funny because like when I was on stage and he did when I did the audiobook joke, I was like, there was a split second in my head where I was gonna do the Mike Tyson impression, and I'm so glad I didn't. And it was such the right play to not do the Mike Tyson impression to him in front of the audience, especially when it's coming from me. This motherfucker's had Jamie Foxx, you know, like the best of the best comics, Eddie Murphy. I mean, you know, you name it. make fun of him and the voice. And I
Yeah.
was just thinking if I would have fucked the voice up a little bit, because sometimes when you're doing an impression, it might be a little off.
Yeah.
And for it to be a little off right then,
It would not have been
it,
good.
it wouldn't have been good. And it also was like, come on, dude, I just gave it up to him so much. And I'm going to cheapen all the stuff that I said by doing
the voice.
shitty impression of Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm. But do it now.
No. So when he got off, though, it was so cool because I was like, we had such a good moment. That was all I needed. That's all I needed. But Human was like, no, you got to get a picture.
Yeah.
You got to get a picture. I was like, fuck. I could tell he wanted to get out, though, so I didn't want to jam him up. We walk outside, and he's out there, and Human's like, Mike, champion, he's like, champ, this is Amir. He was on stage. He goes, yeah, I know. We talked. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, Human, I just fucking talked to him. like literally 2 minutes, not even two, not even a minute. I just had said, we talked to him. I was like, man, I love you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Mike, he was up there, picture, he was up there, he was on stage, and
it's good. I'm glad he was there because you wouldn't have got the picture if Human wasn't there.
no, I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have done selfie shit.
And afterwards, I was like, thanks for making me get the picture because it was cool.
Yeah.
For me, it was cool.
Bruce Lee was my original idol. Did you fuck with Bruce Lee when you were younger, Mike? You did, dude. That guy was such a badass. And that was my first memories of Iran. Was watching like Bruce Lee with my older cousins. They'd watch him on the VHS tapes and shit. I fucking loved that. You know what I liked about him, Mike? You could be an old lady or a little fucking kid, and you watch Bruce Lee and you go, he's the best at what he's doing. There's no denying that. And I remember watching and go, I want to be great at something one day. And I would watch him and look and I'd be like, God damn, how do you? And he said one thing, I know you'll remember this. It's black and white footage from the 70s. They're interviewing Bruce Lee. This is what made me fall in love with him. Black and white footage, they're interviewing him. And Bruce Lee says this shit, it was cold. He said, if I tell you I'm good, you say that I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you say that I'm obviously lying. But if I kick you in the mouth, you shut the fuck up. And then we moved here, bro, and then I got on your shit, bro. Mike, I watched all your fights, dude. Just a huge fan. And honestly, man, the man you become and watching your podcast and shit like that, bro, it's beautiful, dude. That journey you've taken from, where you came from and stuff like that is very inspirational for a guy like me, dude, an immigrant like me. And you showed me that you could really do anything, dude. Ups and downs, read your book and everything. I wish you would have done the fucking audiobook. That shit would have been hilarious. How the fuck did you do the audiobook, Mike? What happened? I'm sorry to make this a fucking fan session. Like, Mike, man, I love you. I love you, man. Guys, did you enjoy the show tonight? Can we first of all acknowledge how spot on that Bruce Lee impression was? Do you understand that?
Who was somebody you performed for other than me that you looked up to?
I haven't had that pleasure.
You haven't?
I haven't had that pleasure.
Nobody's been in the audience when you perform.
Yeah, they're cool, but I don't really get like that.
Really?
Yeah, it has to be a sports person.
Who would make your day?
Like Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, maybe like Troy Aikman.
I think these guys are all dead. Damn, fool. What year are you wanting to play? Horrible arthritis keeps these guys at home.
I think like it has to be an old school like basketball player, football. When like me growing up watching them. Like now, if I see fucking LeBron, I don't give a fuck about LeBron.
Bullshit, you would fucking be.
I wouldn't. No.
LeBron, I want to work at In-N-Out. Guys, thanks for tuning in. That is the podcast. Please subscribe right there. You can subscribe right now, and you can get alerts to when the podcast episodes come out. We had a lot of fun talking to you today. I hope JR learned a lot about comedy and the career path that he's chosen. And I will do more. If you guys want, comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Until next time, have a great day. Or week.